Why do niggas cheat? It's the guy G Holy.
And it's Yassine Toure,
This the COUPLECAST. Oh, excuse me. It's the COUPLECAST. Season 3, episode 3.
Episode 3?
Yeah, episode 3. Third episode.
We did 3 episodes. We're not on episode 2.
We didn't do 3. We did 2. Now we on 3.
We on 3? I don't know what's going on. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, why do niggas cheat again?
You tell me. You a nigga?
Right. So this is a continuation.
Have you cheated?
No, this is a continuation. This is a continuation of a conversation we was having last week.
Yeah.
And my dude Nelson was like, man, y'all know Nelson. Nelson is a cool guy. He do raw food in LA. And he was a nigga that got shot in the ass on Paid in Full. That's my man. And he said, yo, go past the part where we talk about the cheating and talk about the why. Let's evolve the conversation. Mm-hmm. I agree with him. So, speaking about the why someone might cheat, I think somebody on, what do you call that, TikTok, put it the best when they said, oh no, it was Instagram. They said, people cheat, and I'm paraphrasing, because they don't want to either admit that they lacking in the relationship. They don't even want to admit it to themselves, or they just don't. They either just don't have what they need, or they don't have what they want. Basically, like within themselves. So is one or two things. That person is lacking within themselves, or they lacking in a relationship. And either way, they kind of lying to themselves and using cheating. He was explaining like cheating was like a crutch. You know what I'm saying? Like how you use any other vice. Like how people don't feel love, so you eat a lot of sugar, you drink a lot of alcohol. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. So
and you agree with all of that?
I was just putting it out there.
Right.
It sounded like a dope explanation. Why I've cheated in the past? I've cheated for several reasons. I've cheated because it was the thing to do. You know what I mean? I cheated because I felt like I shouldn't be locked down. I was young and sexy. You know what I'm saying? I've cheated. But for real, I've cheated out of emotion. I cheated out of, you know what I'm saying, that looked good. I cheated out of spite. Like, mad shit. You know what I mean? So, why have you cheated?
I've never cheated before.
All right, so we can just cut this right now.
No, but I do agree with you. I think, like, you know, people are very, you know, they're human. And like you said, there's so many reasons. Sometimes it's pure ego. Sometimes it's a lack of being satisfied, like you said. And I think a lot of people are in monogamous relationships because they feel like they have no choice. Yeah. Because a person they care about, they love is not going to accept them in any other way. But if they had it their way, they would possibly see multiple people.
That's another thing that person mentioned, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's that. I think people are not having those honest discussions. And I think sometimes people are just not in that place in their life. Like, I notice a lot of men, I'm not all of them, but a lot of men, they want to go live a certain life for a certain period of time. And for some men, it ends in their 30s, others in their 40s, others in their 50s. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like they want to be with different women, but then they get to a point where they like, yo, I just want to come home, eat a good meal, relax after a long day, and just chill. You know what I'm saying? And have my wife and my children and my hobbies and just live my life. But it takes a lot of times men a long time to get to that point where they're satisfied with just those things. You know what I'm saying? And be like, yo, and usually it's like they're like, yo, I'm older, I'm tired of the drama. It's not really worth it, all the things I went through when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just really, you know, to be the same dude. So by the time they get to that age, the woman they with is begging them for sex. Yeah. Because they be like, I'm tired and I'm working, and you know what I'm saying? Like, then you see why they only handling and dealing with you. They could barely make time to fuck you anytime that you want it. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you this. Is that something that people can explore together that didn't come in a relationship that way? What do you mean?
Because that's another thing the person mentioned that you just touched on too.
You mean the no longer being monogamous?
Yeah, is that something that two people do genuinely believe that two people who came into this thinking it was a one-on-one can now come together and say, I love you so much. We're going to explore together. And not together in a way like we all in the bedroom, but like I'm walking through your experiences with you.
I think it's very much possible, but I feel like this is what I really feel, for real, right? You are better off meeting people and dealing with them as they are. Where you meet somebody who thinks the way you already do, who feels the way you already do, so you don't have to try to persuade them. You don't have to get somebody who's lying, who's like, well, I want to keep them, so I'm going to try to go along with this. And then later, you get what I'm saying? You don't have to convince anyone and make them, like, drag them to what you want to do. But when you meet somebody that's like, yo, that's exactly what I want too, that's a easier place to be. Because to try to get a woman who loves you, doesn't want to let you know, she doesn't want it to be over, so she tries to go along with it, and then there's all this drama and confusion. But the thing about it is, though, when you decide to go there with your partner, you're creating an opportunity for a lot of issues and drama, because some of these hoes is going to be stalkers. They're going to be fucking crazy. They're going to say that they really into polygamy or they're into open relations, but they're really not. They're lying. They're trying to just eventually figure out a way to just have you one-on-one. You know, you're going to get people that...
I know that story.
You're introducing other people to your situation. Like, that's a lot to do. You know, even with sexuality, like, or trusting people, like, you could possibly bring in disease. It's all
that shit,
type
like
of,
just throwing firecrackers in the bed. Like,
you're sharing, you have multiple partners. Like, it's a lot. You fucking up your whole pH level. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many things, so many messy situations. Does that person have children that you're dating or you're bringing in? Do y'all have children? What is it? It is so much.
There's definitely a big dice roll, and like you were saying, it's a lot of situations that people come in with, and now everybody got to figure out what situation within the new situation.
Let me tell you how crazy a situation I found out about from a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. Couple, couple married, was into what we talking about, moved in a chick into their crib to be basically like they freaking, sex slave and have fun with. The girl was with it. This married couple has children. They bring in this female, sleeps in the same bed as them. They having the time of their life, doing whatever they, you know what I'm saying? I guess the wife is by, the husband loves it. Until that woman got pregnant. And it was a whole ghetto hot mess after that. We don't have to get into what happened and what they did to her. So that she wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Right. Wouldn't go further. But it creates so much drama and craziness. Like, when you watch those stories, them late night stories on, what's the name of that channel? A&E? That investigation? Right. These are the couples that are killing each other. It's these messy situations. To answer your question, yes, it's very possible to explore this space with other people, but it gets crazy.
And to just go back and answer the first question, it's either a vice or societal. Either people thinking that they shouldn't be faithful because, like I said, they young and vibrant. You know what I mean? People was applauding, Lori Harvey for not settling down at 25. But when you think about it, what age are you supposed to settle down? You're supposed to wait till she's 35? You get what I'm saying? Right. So that, or like people use it as a vice just like they do anything else. Alcohol, whatever it is. So, sex is, and more people addicted to sex than that they want. I know men use it often as it's like a punchline, like every man that get caught cheating addicted to sex. But a lot of people is more addicted to sex than they want to admit.
Let me jump in really quick, because you said something that was interesting earlier. I said, sex is such a natural thing that I believe personally, if you have a certain attraction to somebody and it's chemistry there, but you don't want to cheat, you might just have to remove yourself from the situation and just not be doing certain things with them, or in places where that could possibly happen, because it is a natural thing where how people be like, oh, I accidentally we accidentally did it, it just happened, it's just whatever, right? And it's like, okay, that's not an accident, but it is so natural that those moments can get the best of you, and that can happen. But you asked me a question. You said, so if it's natural, why would you just not forgive the person, since it's just a natural thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, you asking me, I asked you.
And my answer is, it's natural, but you still have to be accountable for your actions. Even when you're doing something that feels natural to you.
Yeah, fighting is natural, but if you kill somebody during a fight, you still probably got to go to fucking prison,
like we teach our children cause and effect. Like consequences are there. But that's interesting. So let me ask you this quick question before we wrap this up, right?
Yeah. Because we got to move on.
If you know that it's going to either destroy your relationship, it's going to make your situation worse with your spouse, your partner, why even tell them that you was cheating if you know you really broke it off, you're not going to the side piece, and you don't plan to cheat on them ever again? Why tell your partner?
Don't. I don't feel like you gotta tell your partner. If it's like that, like if you're really in a situation where you living your best life and nobody knows anything, it's like really unnecessary information at that point. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, why? It's like it's not even that. It's not even just that with cheating. It's like, why tell you a whole bunch of stuff? Like, see, I know certain people live in their mind. You know what I mean? And especially women, like, you're like, nah, I don't want to. When I say especially women a lot. I don't really want to use that too much, but for real. Certain people live inside their mind to the point where they can't handle certain stuff. It's like, don't you know you see some shit and whatchamacallit? Like some shit that make your skin crawl?
Yeah.
Like, nah, like, the nasty shit that
I know
was
what
like,
you mean.
so you'll
like
see
when Megan Thee Stallion came out with that video.
Whatever.
Shit.
Yeah, like, so what I'm saying is, if I watch that video and I know there ain't some shit that you or be into, well, I got to show you that video.
So
like,
why did you show me that video? Knowing I'm easily
no, I told you about it and you said I still want to see it.
All right, but let me not distract you.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you might be like freaked out by fucking honeycombs and shit like that. Like if I wake up and there's a fucking honeycomb in the house, I'm gonna take the shit out and just, you're not gonna know about it. You know what I'm saying?
If you don't have to make them go through that, why do it?
Yeah, I really don't see the point.
Let me ask you a question. So is it all for them? You're not telling them because it's all for them, or it's because also for you don't have to deal with the drama and anxiety of dealing with a woman who feels now bitter.
Yeah. Well, if it's me
angry.
personally, I turn off after a while. So it's only so much drama I'm even gonna go through with you. Like, I'm gonna just
even if no matter what you've done, you don't feel like as a man you should just sit through the punishment a little bit of knowing that, okay, you disrespected her, you betrayed her, so now you might have to go 2 years with hearing her
every time I got caught. No, I'm not going through no 2 years, but every time I got,
I mean, I heard, but you cheating, you know what I mean?
Yeah, every time I got caught, I did that, you know what I mean? I'm gonna sit within that and I'm be like, that's wrong and that's fucked up, and try to move forward the best way possible. But what I'm not gonna do is, we're not gonna do it every day.
You can keep going back to the past. How many years or how much time does she have to grieve, to give you attitude, to be like complaining about, yo, you cheated, I'm angry, like not letting this shit go? How long does she have before you?
It's not even for real. I'm not even gonna put a length of time on it. It's when I see it's not progressing in any way. Like when your anger for the situation is just not dying down in any way, I'm just not really gonna pay you no mind, because I can't live there with you. Like, I did that and it's over. Just like, I ate yesterday's meal, I took a shit, like, it's over. Like, we can't really keep going there every day, you know what I'm saying? So
right, I didn't get my pain on it. I think it depends on what type of relationship you want to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you should tell them the truth, because for me, I really value having a super honest relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I know men is like, all women say that, but when we start telling the truth, y'all be making us regret telling the truth.
It's real.
But I'm serious. Like, I really want to know everything. And again, I know here y'all, I can hear it because I listen to you all the time. Oh, y'all want to hear everything. Y'all want to know everything. That's all women, but y'all really don't.
But I would tell, but you gotta know who you. If you're the type of person that value that, then I should give you that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not everybody value that. Nobody.
Yeah, I do value that because I want to have a certain intimacy with my partner. I want to have that type of feeling where it's like, yo, you know, like for example, anybody that watch House of Cards. As a couple, they did some sick shit. And her husband was kind of sick too. You know, he was in all type of shit. But at the end of the day, he expressed and showed her all of him. His ugliness, his vices, the good parts, the part of him that was willing to commit murder and did. And he never felt no type of way telling her anything. You understand? And that was a beautiful relationship. You know what I'm saying? Even with Power. Before Ghost was like, you know,
a beautiful relationship?
Yeah. No, not the sick shit. I'm talking about just the level of intimacy. But like with Power, you seen in the beginning he was telling Tasha everything. He was coming to her about how he should move in the streets, with business, with the children, with everything that was going on. And they had that. And you could tell she valued that. And she was there, you know what I'm saying, talking about this is what we should do. You know what I mean? How they had the episode where she was like, yo, send ahead and send a message. Like, those are dope relationships. So I don't want you to keep it from me just to save face.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna lie. I bodied the lighting just now. Like, do you see it?
Yeah.
It's dope. Yeah, I get that. Like, if you, like I said, you're a person that value that above everything, because like I said, everybody don't value that. Even if they say they do, you can tell who really. Because
some people value having a happy home or a peaceful home or just not having a girl get at them.
No. Some women value that too. They value having a peaceful home over everything. Like, yo, listen, keep that shit in the street, man. Keep that shit over there.
Oh yeah.
If that shit don't come over here, then it don't need to be over there. I've heard
some women say, look, you could do whatever you do, but just don't have me look crazy or disrespected.
Yeah.
And you could just be out there in the streets.
A lot of women.
Let me ask you this.
We ain't gonna have no time for culture. Go ahead.
What can a woman do to create that space where her man like, yo, I really could tell her anything. I could share any single thing. I give it all to her. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What can a woman do to create the space where a man feel? You gotta not jump off a cliff, first of all, every time he tell you something. You can't be like, yo, tell me, now I tell you, and you jump off a cliff every time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least slide down the cliff so it don't feel like, oh, here we go again.
But those women that are good at that, don't you feel like a lot of times they're like emotionless, like very cold ass women that just be like, you know, you tell them and they be like,
Yeah.
You be like, yeah, I cheated on you. They like,
Yeah.
Okay, well, and then they say whatever they gonna say and they just be like, nah.
For sure. It's weird.
It's weird. Sure. So I guess there's a drawback to that, but we talked enough about cheating. Fuck that.
Yeah,
we still gotta talk about the culture.
Yeah.
And they had the double.
You never got the comments.
I did have. I sent it to you.
You got the comments?
Oh yeah, you want to do that before we get into the culture?
No. We're gonna do it afterwards.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So XXL freshman list came, and a lot of people have been complaining for years. You know, something that was that felt super memorable every year, that had these crazy lists that we would go back to years later and be like, yo, look where this person is and this person. You know what I'm saying? 5 years, 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And it was amazing. But lost.
Damn.
Lost our little light right there.
Go ahead.
But my question to you is, where is the XXL freshman list now to you? Like, is it still impactful? Does it still matter to the culture? And if it has lost some of it, what's the problem?
No, it don't matter to the culture, and it been lost steam like a long time ago.
Why?
For real. Even the ones that ended up being good. Like, I just recently looked at the 2016 freshman cover list, and I was like, damn, that shit was fire. But even by then, it was kind of weird. I think maybe 14, 15, 16 might have been the last one that we looked at and was like, all right. Other than that, it's more about who got the most, I guess you could say, clout. You know what I'm saying? Versus who's really the future. That's why they're not having success. That's why, like, 8 out of 10 people on these covers be like, where they at the next year? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like this, the cover, the idea of the cover was to be visionaries and like kind of predict the future. Kind of like the Source used to have unsigned hype and shit like that. Nobody never been in unsigned hype and didn't get a record deal and didn't pop off. You know what I'm saying? Like barely ever. So it was like kind of predicting the future. And now it's not really that. It's kind of like throwing paint against the wall and seeing what stick.
Yeah.
I don't think they grabbing the people who is the people. You know what I'm saying? But this year was exceptionally crazy. Like even people that's 20 was like, who is these niggas? You know what I'm saying? People that's 40 definitely was like, who is these niggas? So it's a few people that, maybe 2 or 3 that everybody was like, all right, they cool. But the rest of the 7, 8, it was like, nah.
Well, I was very proud of Double XL initially when it first started the list, because I seen, as we all did, I seen how we went from magazines being such a big part of hip hop culture to then when blogs came along, it was like, yo, why do we need magazines when we're getting all this content and all this news on such a daily basis? And if you was in a blog world, you knew it was coming in every single hour.
For sure.
So yeah, you might get some interviews in the magazines, but in terms of like finding out about stuff and knowing what's happening in the culture, like magazines just couldn't live up to the fast pace of being able to just see things in real time, moment per moment in hip hop. And then with social media, you get what I'm saying? Like it just is crazy. And then you get these Shade Room and you get Culture Millennials and all these ones that keep popping up that are definitely showing it per minute.
Yes, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I think like Shade Room does like 21 posts a day. Yeah. So it's just
people was like microing it out.
Right. And so you seen these magazines just fall off more and more to a point where they just weren't printing anymore. So to see Double XL find a way to be relevant in the culture in print was super dope, and still create media content as well. Like a lot of them had to change and do, but it is sad to see, like, and I think the biggest part where we was like, oh, this shit is really falling off was when they started doing the freestyles, and we started seeing the freestyles getting like whack and more whack and whack, and was like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? So I do agree.
We said the last good freestyle was Timmy Turner. Go ahead.
Yeah. Nah, you said that, but I think that's exactly what happened. Like, what's in order to make that list is like, yo, who has the most clout, and not necessarily who's the future of hip hop. And I think honestly, I'm gonna just say it, shame on them.
But you gotta have a meter for this shit. That's why you can't have a bunch of people who are out of touch, a whole bunch of weird white people and shit like that who's not really, because you don't really get it. Like you could look at something. This is why I don't deal with people who too business minded in art, even though art need business. You still gotta be an artist. You still gotta have an artist brain enough to know that's not gonna work for too much longer. That's just a fad. You gotta be like, yo, even though these numbers is crazy over here, this ain't that. This is the culture. You know what I'm saying? Because the culture is not necessarily where the numbers at. And you can tell that from, I don't want to mention these dudes every fucking episode, but you can tell that from Griselda. These niggas barely even chart on Billboard, and they the culture according to the culture. You get what I'm saying?
Correct. Yeah. So I mean, I think they should do and I know they show little previews not previews, but little teeny things before. They need to just show inside the room of making that decision and coming up with who
Yeah, why
needed
we
to
can't
be
see
on
the
that
fucking
list.
process?
I mean, especially
you know,
after
MTV
it's
used to
out.
do that.
Yeah.
The hottest MCs, John, used to let us really in on that shit.
Yeah, I remember when they had that table and they was all talking about it. Like,
Yeah.
so it is what it is, but...
And that's when I learned about my guy, Shaheem Reed. Shaheem Reed posted me a whole bunch of times on site, so shout out to Shaheem Reed.
Yeah, y'all need real people, you know, ones that wear Dragonfly Jones shirts and shit like that.
That's what I'm saying. This is the culture.
We need real niggas
this
like
is
us.
The culture. Well, look at the first XXL freshman cover. This is fucking crazy. I don't know if you can see this at home.
Crazy.
It's Boosie, Lupe, Saigon, Rich Boy, Young Dro, Plies, Gorilla Zoe, Joel Ortiz, Papoose, and Crooked Eye.
Crazy.
That's a
list.
Wild list.
Now, we don't want to go to today. First of all, we're going to name 15, well, not 15, well, like 8 people you don't know.
Yeah.
And then the rest you're going to be like, didn't they already flop or didn't?
But I mean, a lot of these people not around. It's just, are we looking at it
but you know
different?
What?
Because
even though these people may not necessarily be around, they made their impact in hip hop forever.
Definitely, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like every one of those that you name.
We had another culture thing.
We did. Okay. We listened to Drake before we actually
did Drake review.
The COUPLECAST. So did you know there was gonna be an album out tonight? Because I seen a post that was like album out at midnight. How long did you know?
I knew for a couple days. And
you didn't tell me. So when I be telling you, you don't be telling me stuff. You be like, oh, I do tell you. I do. You don't be telling me stuff. Why would you not tell me that?
Because it was just up in the air. I was hearing things. You know what I mean? I heard things. But if you listen to Academics said 2 weeks ago that Drake was dropping the House album. So it wasn't like a super surprise. I also told you Beyonce was coming. Now we know Beyonce coming July 29th.
Now, I know it takes you 3 months before you actually even give a review. But briefly, how did you feel about what you heard?
I'm going to talk about that. Before I say that, I just want to tell the world, too, that Jay-Z is also dropping an album this year. So you heard it.
Yeah.
If you don't be salty and mad. But I believe it's happening. So I listened to the Drake, honestly, Nevermind. And this is my honest take on this shit.
Let's go, baby.
I want to get nice and ready. Drake, man, he has officially lost his fucking mind. He has officially went off the deep end that so many goats have gone off before. He's making Caribbean cruise music. He's making the soundtrack to Vacation. Like, he's making brochure music. I can't trust this nigga. I trusted this nigga to at least rap 25% of the time on the album. He got about 3 raps on this shit. This is Jay-Z's Magna Carta. When Jay-Z lost his mind and he made an album about paintings and he was dancing around with old white ladies in the videos. I remember when LL Cool J did something like a phenomenon. They put on a red platinum, a patent leather jumpsuit and was gaining a little weight and he lost his mind. He lost his mind for sure. I remember Redman turned himself into a cartoon. When Doc's the Name 2000 kind of lost his mind. Fire album, but he lost his mind a little bit. Everybody lose their mind. Every GOAT lose their... Kendrick just lost his mind also. Let's be clear. Kendrick and Drake have lost their... they lost their minds. And I don't know if the old Drake is even like still in there. I can't comfortably tell you that the old Drake is still even in there. I want to say it because when I hear him rap on the album, you know, you got the drum with 21 Savage, he rapping, I'm like, oh, this is fire. But do you even want to do this shit? Like, you run around, you wonder why Kanye is making Donda and stupid shit. It's like, yo, these niggas really bored with being hot or something? You get what I'm saying? And this is why I just listen to Pusha T and Benny and niggas that are like, you, at some point, it gotta be some type of consistency with your sound and delivery and approach. Like, you can't just be like trying shit all the time. If so, just make that shit a mixtape, put that shit on that piff. You call this your 7th studio album, and I turned it on and it's tropical music and auto-tune, and you just singing the whole time about the same shit for 14 tracks. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. I'm not gonna like it. I'm not going back to it. I'm disappointed. Kendrick is no better. Who the fuck would have known J. Cole would end up being the most regular out of these niggas? Off season is 10 times better than this shit and 10 times better than Kendrick shit. And I know for a fact that everybody who is in the running with Drake is laughing at this shit. I know they laughing at this shit. Niggas that's considered them niggas who is close to being the hottest in the game, the little babies and the little Dirks and the Polo G's and the little Uzis, they heard this shit and they hit the floor laughing, crying, laughing, and said, yeah, this is us. Thanks, Drake. So Only He Is Him will be out in August, and I'm rapping. We not doing no fucking Caribbean cruise music. That's that, man.
Okay, so I was looking. Okay, let me just unscrew my mic so I can drop the mic. No. So now that you said that, what I would like to say is that I love the album.
You would.
Because, you know, I expect different things from different hip hop niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm listening to Griselda, I'm listening for something. When I'm listening to Pusha T, I'm listening for something. When I'm listening, you know what I'm saying, to whoever I want to listen to at that moment. And when I'm listening to Drake, my favorite music from Drake is this type of music. I love his Caribbean bag. I love his soca, you know what I'm saying, beach party, feel good. Feels like a concert that
no
you want
to music.
A concert that you want to go to with your girls, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feel like you said, no socks on the beach, margaritas, feeling good. It's something I would listen to around, you know, playing in the house because it feels good. That's what I like to hear from Drake. I understand what you're saying, though. I get that.
No. That was me talking from a hip hop perspective. From a musical perspective.
Yeah.
This shit is one big jam session, and it sounds awesome.
And it
sounds
feels
great.
Good.
Let's be clear. It sounds great. But I got the hip hop got to step in and say something at some point. I can't just let the shit slide.
Drake.
Great jam session album, Drake.
Oh, I loved it. So I decided, and I told you about this, and you agreed.
Yeah.
And because everything goes through the king.
Yeah.
And I was like, we have to do a new segment where we share some of the mean ass things that people say to us. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna respond to you hating ass niggas.
Let's go.
Let's go. So who wanna go first? I'll go first.
Go ahead. Because y'all be thinking we a fucking joke. We're gonna respond to you niggas and call them out. Say their name.
Okay. Apex_Lex.
Apex_Lex. We gotta see what you got to say.
She literally can't stop long enough to hear the stupidity and making an entire argument out of some black men. This need to be right is killing y'all chances.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
She is right all the fucking time.
Okay, so I'm very intelligent, so I don't really care about the stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? What I will say this is, I might be talking about some men sometime, and that's cool. I'm never talking about all men. And at the same time, I gotta get that other perspective. And some of my perspective, and it's just not about me. It's about, some things that other women might ask. Because it's different women got different opinions. And see, people don't understand that that's part of my job when I do this. Is to ask things and say things that other people might think. And now, if you ever listen to...
No, that's a fact.
You ever watch
Me too.
Barbara Walters and Oprah? And yes, I'm one of them bitches here. You gotta ask the questions that the people was wondering. And for people, I represent the females. And so I already know how my women think. So you may not agree, you may think it's stupid shit, but hey, it is what it is.
I want to say that too. Everything is not necessarily my opinion on everything. You'll know when it's my opinion. A lot of times it's just speaking for men because I'm the only man on the show.
Right. And when you say I'm killing, whatever you said, killing your chances, I already got a man. So, pow. It is what it is.
Pow. Make sure. And we already have a show and it's already hot. So, fuck off. Which one? This for me? Yeah. Okay. No, that one's for me. Okay. This one for me? Yeah. Nah. Oh. Nah. Okay. So Milk. Let me see. Get this shit right. Milk Dud 1 2 3 4 5 6. Such a creative name. That is such a creative name. 6 consecutive numbers that move up in success. It's Milk Dud. Milk Dud 1 2 3 4 5 6 says, nah, we don't claim bro. Also, like, bro trying to seem alpha and shit, but bro, you sound corny ASF. That's not on some simp shit. I don't know what he's referring to, but check this out. How do you seem alpha? Like, that's weird for you to say that. And why you keep saying bro 80 times? Like, I don't even know you. 1, Milk Dud. 2, yeah, like anybody who it'd be funny the niggas who say somebody corny, and then like you look at their name and see their profile, and then you see like only their grandmom and their mom follow them and shit like that, and then
let's just say it, baby, it's some fat nigga that live in the basement that play video games all day that's broke
and trying to come at me, man. But at the end of the day, you entitled to your opinion, Milk Dud. I respect it, man. If you think I'm corny, then look, I'm be over here being corny. You be over there without a picture on your shit. Like, I don't know.
Yo, they trying to say you Sierra husband.
Come on, let's go so we can get out of there.
Okay, so one more for me. Here we go. The fact that she cuts him off before he finishes his sentence shows how masculine she is and disrespectful to black men. And that was from Automated Trading. Well,
you have a business and you talking like that? No, you shouldn't do that.
I'm not disrespectful. What I am is somebody that is a good debater.
You gotten a lot better with that shit though.
I'm a good debater. And sometimes we have to cut each other off because we don't really have a referee.
That's true.
And I don't mean a referee for fights. I mean, if he gets long-winded or I get long-winded, then somebody has to jump in and be like, because otherwise we would talk about the same thing for 20, 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And if my man thought I was disrespectful, I would pull back and I would change and I would fix that.
You're being disrespectful. See what I'm saying? Right there. Boom, she got it.
He's silly. And if you find me masculine or feminine or whatever, then that's cool. That's your opinion. I don't know about you. I don't know who you think. I don't know what type of woman you are. I don't know what type of man you are. You just some nigga in the comments. So I'm cool. I'm chilling.
Yeah, but we love y'all. I want to come off.
We love y'all to the people that show love.
No. Even if you don't show love, I love the haters. Let's be clear.
Right,
like,
because I learned something that I thought, if you a hater, then you're not a fan of us. But I realized there's some people that would say something negative, but they will watch every single episode and share and comment. Exactly. And when we don't show up, be like, where y'all at? I didn't see y'all this week. What's going on?
But some people show their love in different ways. Like some people show their love through hate.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
And you got one more.
But yeah, it says she's a handful, but she ain't disrespectful because she got a line. Okay. Well, somebody's telling us to wrap it up.
The last one.
This one right here?
Yeah.
We need a different guy on this podcast. He don't be making no sense. Guess what? I agree.
She said you don't be making those.
I agree, nigga.
You forgot to call it out, and that was
oh shit, yeah,
Essence
my bad.
Deja.
This is no hell no. This is Essie. Yeah, oh, okay. Essence Deja. At least she got a profile picture, man. So shout out to you, Essence Deja. I don't know what you talking about. You not making no sense right now, but I respect it. I respect it, Queen.
She said you don't make no sense.
Much love, Queen. Feel me? But
that was a fun episode.
Yeah,
and,
a long fun episode. According to the new standards, but. I'm the guy, Gioli.
And I'm Yasin Toure, the African John. We obviously have a baby to get to because she crying.
And you've been watching Love and Culture.
And it's late as shit.
Fuck you talking about?
Peace.
Let's get out of here.
We need a blunt.
Now ask questions.